it's Mari from Mari's Miscellany. I'm glad you're here. If you're new to the channel, Mari's Miscellany is where I learn, make, and share fiber art and crafts. Specifically, the reason I wanted to do the channel was to help make fiber art and crafts accessible to others as a tool for mental health and relaxation. I started doing the crochet classes and ran into a whole lot of issues. And I just wanted to address some of those issues, reintroduce myself, reestablish where I'm going with the channel moving forward. So first of all, I have been crocheting, sewing, and dabbling in fiber art and crafts for about 40 years now. I will never claim to be a subject matter expert in anything because I am too curious and I want to try a little bit of everything. What I do with the channel is I learn, research, find the best methods that I can, and I share with y'all what I have learned. And I also encourage others to share. So please, by all means, always feel free to share your expertise, your knowledge, your opinions and ideas. I love that because ultimately we want to build a community here. I have not been able to follow through quite as much as I wanted to with the crochet and knitting classes that I wanted to do because I came across a major problem. And since the whole purpose of Mari's Miscellany is to provide access to these skills, specifically to deal with anxiety and things like that, I decided to talk about it since the problem that I've run into is related to anxiety. I have a condition called agoraphobia. And I thought before I had it that it was all about not feeling comfortable in wide open spaces. And I have come to understand that at least how it manifests in me is that ultimately the concern, the fear, the aversion is to being observed. So it is profoundly difficult for me to walk outside of my home when the neighbors are outside because I will be observed. It's difficult for me to sit on the deck of my new home in my own backyard because the fences are like this and the neighbors are like, oh, hey, you're new. How are you doing? What's going on over there? And I'm like, I don't want to, can you not? And gosh, wouldn't you know it, sitting in front of a video camera is being observed. In addition to that is the triggering anxiety about the results of being observed. I have decided to take matters into my own hand. Like I have always done. I got myself through it every single time. And I'm gonna do that. I am going through, right now, I'm putting myself through exposure therapy. I understand some of the mechanics. I know that there's, when I get triggered, it's a fear response that I'm feeling. And so what I'm trying to do is associate it instead of fear, I want to associate it with excitement because they're pretty much the same physiological response as I understand it. If I had a therapist, I would know for sure. So Mari's had to do some research on her own, and this is what I've come up with. What am I here for? I am here to learn, make, and share. So I learned how to, here we go. I learned how to do spirals in crochet. Look at that. How cool is that? And then I'm doing the rings. And now I'm working on the issue with this pattern. I realized when I started the spiral is that this yarn is you see the yarn on the bottom is mostly white with some black and blue, and the yarn on top is mostly black and gray with some white and blue. And so sometimes what happens is where I want there to be light colored stitches, the variegated yarn has a patch of dark color, and you're like, no, I don't want dark right there. So that's where it gets a little wonky. Otherwise it would be like a starburst pattern, but it still looks really cool, I think. And so this is going to go with this and this, and I'm going to make a I've got wooden dowels. I've got wooden dowels, and I'm going to hang these from the dowel and make like this wall thing. I don't know. Art. I'm making art, okay? I'm making art so that my brain will calm down, and I can reclaim some of that good old mental health that I've heard of. I've heard it's amazing to be mentally healthy, and I want some of that. So I am using fiber art to try to get my brain to calm down. I also found an app for my tablet that is called, what is it called? Where are you? Oh, here we go. Amaziograph, y'all. Okay, so I love the idea of like drawing mandalas and patterns and things like that, but I am not, I've always said I'm not artistic, and people are like, oh, you make art. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I can't draw. And I always thought like art is like drawing and painting, you know? My older daughter can draw, and I'm so envious. But I found this Amaziograph, and it allows you, oh yeah, by the way, can you see all that crackle on my screen? I dropped my tablet, and then my cat stepped on it a whole bunch of times. Anywho, it's still working, so. It gives you all of these different, across the top here, different grid styles, basically. There we go. Yeah, it has really helped me, because one of the biggest problems that I have when dealing with my anxiety issues is that my brain never shuts up. I've been reading a book called Solve for Happy, and the author talks about, I just sent me something and that looks really exciting. Hang on a second. I got distracted and forgot to come back to my point. In Solve for Happy, Mo Gaudat shares the idea that a hyperactive brain is like a duck constantly quacking, and sometimes we need to shut the duck up. I'll be honest with you about something. So I don't know, anyone who is on here who already knows how to crochet, do you fudge your increases? I do. There are, if you look for amigurumi chart, you will find the increase charts. And so I basically start with that, but then I kind of fudge it. I'll be honest with you. If it's looking like, oh, if I put an increase there, it's going to start to kind of buckle, then I just don't. I don't put an increase there. I'll wait a few stitches and I'll put an increase where it will actually help it to lay completely flat. So, wait, this one, there we go. Okay. Okay, y'all. I have done my therapy for the day, and I'm feeling pretty much maxed out. I'm going to go ahead and continue editing the crochet class videos so that I can get those uploaded, and then I'm going to take a step back from the classes for a bit until I can get myself together and basically do the videos without trauma to myself. But I'm willing to guess that most of us are just some kind of not quite all right. And I'm fine with saying I'm not okay. I mean, I'm okay, you know, but I'm not okay. I have work to do, and I am here to do the work. So I invite you to stick around because I have more to share, and I would like to see what y'all have to share. So for now, go craft, go make some arts. Remember to take your medicine, stay hydrated, move your body, and forgive yourself. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. I will see you next time.